Ladies and gentlemen, as we proceed to give you what you need, it's time to get back to Beyond All Reason. Welcome back to the Beenami channel. We're going planet side. Hope you've been enjoying a little bit of Heroes of Might and Magic sprinkled in every now and again. You know, I think that can be the game instead of Magic the Gathering. I gotta say,
Welcome,
Magic
Commander.
the Gathering, what a spell that has on me every once in a while, and sometimes not at all. Here we are, back once again in a lobby fully generated based off of a text file that will now replay all of the commands inputted just a little short while ago by the commander myself, Mr. Prime, Mr. Elijah, the red team, in fact, and coming up against the blue team. Now, they've made a vital mistake on the blue team. They've put two bad players front. Look at this. We've got Mex, Wind, Mex, Lab, which is very slow and late. We've got Prime just going 4 Mex walk. That's pretty savage. That's always a fun build. I definitely don't begrudge people for it. Smart to put down an LLT. Good thought there from Mr. Prime. Not that it'll matter against these players, because they'll never be aggressive enough to actually make something out of it. However, who cares? We're just playing some fun air today. I don't think we'll be focusing in on it too hard, because I don't think anything too drastic happens. The commander, where he loves to be, and so let's get ourselves started. Fighting the mid with not too much going on, although Prime still sneaks the tick past. It's so late. It came after the Centurion and it's still gone, baby. Mr. Gorillo. Oh god, he made a bot lab. Holy. Crazy people out here. Crazy people. So, let's see. Mr. Phantom Pisser currently has a lot more units than Prime. However, with 2 res bots, if he just keeps these resers alive, munching away, ooh, wow, munching away, and oh my god, and then eventually healing the Centurions. Please keep this the second one alive, Prime. Okay, thank you. And I think it'll go quite well for him. I like this. I mean, look at this. You just come up here with your lab. This is kind of the problem, though, right? He's not deployed anything yet. And so you come up against people like X, and he'll have 10 rocket bots following this up in your face of these 2 Centurions, and it's like, cute, dude. Oh, there's your lab? Well, it's dead too. So I don't think this really works against the rocket bot meta. But what does it matter? It might just work against these bad players like Phantom Pisser and Sugar Daddy Pep, who Sugar Daddy Pep is investing into build power. Good for him. Has very little production. Decided to skip this Mex in favor of running for the 4.3. People have a very interesting style when they're playing this, and you know, I guess I get it. Skipping this for the couple seconds to come and fight the Centurion faster, it probably does make a difference, you know? And you want to send a con forward anyway. So it's kind of, you know, it kind of forces you. It's a kind of a forcing myself to do the good stuff build. However, this is not good stuff. This is not good stuff. We couldn't aggress onto the Centurion at all. Our commander is almost dead for free. LLT that we were building behind us is almost dead. The LLT just gets blasted down by Centurions. There's rocket bots. What's going on, Sugar Daddy Pep? Why are you dying all of a sudden? Who knows, right? It's impossible to tell. Yep, it's impossible to tell.
Commander,
suddenly he just has way too much BP. And he's putting down more of it. Isn't that funny? So he'll never have resources again. Okay, sweet. And now Phantom Pisser has moved all of his rocket bots into Centurion range. Man, dude, I mean, I've played some easy fronts in my time. I've had some easy front games, but never has it just been like, hey, we're just gonna walk all the units into you, actually.
Commander,
By the way, let me
self-destructed.
just, you know,
Commander,
quickly,
self-destructed.
let me just suicide all of my bots into your Centurion ball, you fool. I love it. I mean, this is good for me, right? Maybe this is free OS. How's the rest of the game looking? Old Frosty is on the sea and fighting. Very nice. Let's see the sub battle. Is that how's that faring? He's gonna lose it if he doesn't micro, and he's not going to. I think if you kind of keep your submarine moving towards the enemy sub here, you can come out ahead. But yeah, being AFK with it, you lose it like that. Unlucky. In quotations. Because he just sucks. That's the reality. He just sucks. So, what do we got instead? We got Dark Red. I mean, Prime is now taking out all of Sugar Daddy's eco that he put down in the front. The con turret that just got down. There's one LLT there. Oh no! Why do I have no metal? Why am I not producing any units? What's going on? Asks Sugar Daddy Pep. 3 con turrets, bro. Phantom Pisser's like, what the fuck am I supposed to do? Because if he goes to help Sugar Daddy Pep, he's just gonna die to Magenta. He's gonna die to Olno. So he says, fuck it, I gotta go in. And honestly, he almost gets away with it. If he just let his Centurions go forward there with the rocket bots spreading out a little bit more, that could have worked. We've got our pond player Elijah following up with a artillery that I hate. Like, look at how far ahead we are right now. Okay,
Commander, self-destructed.
let's just appreciate here. You're an enterprising pond player. You say to yourself, we're winning or we're losing. Maybe a tier 1 artillery is going to help. Why, in this position, would you put it here? I can't give you a good reason. That's why I ask the question. Because I think we just have to move ourselves, our gauntlet forward. We just have to accept that we have to have these 2 mexes within range at least. Preferably, honestly, if we're going to be doing really fun stuff, right? We're coming up all the way. We're coming up all the way up here with this bad boy, right? We're almost doubling this thing's range from up here, and we're almost gonna, we'll like hit Phantom Pisser's base with it, right? That's what we want to be doing. We want to really shove it into their faces. This is going to like maybe hold a counter push that should be held anyway, right? Like Prime is literally all the way through with 4 Centurions still alive, 5 Centurions still alive. Dark Blue is not making any units because he's like, well, fuck it. If I can't do my build, why even play? Why would I try and make tier 1 to survive? Fuck that. You know, he's going for some kind of a timing. I mean, it's 7 minutes in. Where's his tier 2 at? I guess he just handed it off? Like, what? I don't really understand. And so, he just dies? The Centurions, because he has no unit production. I don't even, like, what? 28 OS, by the way, folks. This is 28. This is your brain on 28 OS. I mean, look at the commander, dude. Look at the commander. We were pissing and shitting our pants, by the way, because Mr. AVZ is hilariously far behind. Look at this, by the way. Let's just, okay. The Prime is ending the video game. Dark Blue finished his APHIS, his AGO. That's not an excuse. This is not an excuse. He could have held. I mean, come on, brother. You could have stayed on tier 1 Geo and just pumped some tanks out. That's insane. That's insanity. Anyway, let's compare Pink and Nooper. AVZ 7.39 thousand, already 1,000 metal behind. Light green here. I would just like this to be pointed out here. We're look at this. He's got 3 tier 2 mexes up, 4th on the way. Our boy, 0 tier 2 mexes up, and he's just like, yeah. This is what 15 OS looks like. This is what your brain on 15 OS looks like. Um, you'd love to get an easy win like this, you know? I'm surprised that Mr. Swim seems to have won so hard. I guess won't save your lane is just not really committing onto the sea yet in this game. Built a lot of BP. I don't know, this is weird. Won't save your lane is doing bad stuff too, to BH. Alkalite is over here. 21 OS, just balls deep in the pond, doing absolutely nothing this entire game. Just made some titles. Holy fuck, and now he's making lashers, which are barely, they're doing dick all against the pawns. I mean, come on, you guys. Why is it so hard to just click medium tank? Or even incisor, medium tank or incisor, like either one. Why would you click lasher when it's a complete dive, you know? Ah, man. Just failures on every level of the blue team, and Prime exploits them perfectly. I mean, dark blue having 0 impact, very funny. Just going straight AGO and blowing up is maybe the funniest thing I think I've ever seen. I think the commander, just a note for the eco here, the commander could definitely think about munching up his lab again to make this work better. He eats the con? Okay, interesting. I guess, wow, yeah. Look at that, he's just overspending his energy at this point. He probably wants to get this guy going on some wins. Anyway, on the back line here, we're also just chilling. I was doing greedy stuff. I was just going full greed because I wasn't getting a tier 2. From AVZ anytime soon. So, full wind back here, very funny. I think we're still a little bit ahead of this guy somehow. Whose formation is just as bad as ours. Ours is hilariously bad, of course, but his is also. Either one of us could just get bombed into oblivion right now. It's kind of interesting to think about, you know, if Baby Blue here, if Mr. Decklals had gone for just a couple bombers, mix in 5 bombers and gone for it, he could have maybe had some real impact here. But it's gonna be so difficult. He has to go for like this AGO, so I guess he would need 10 bombers, and then the problem is they all die on the Geo. And like the eco is not super bombable. You could probably get these wins. You could probably get me. Look at that. The sprinters finally solved the problem as Gorillo X. Everybody just wants to be done on blue. And you know, I don't blame him. I don't blame him. It's looking pretty horrendous. Won't save your lane. Super noob front. It's true. It's true. But what are you doing? What are you doing, Mr. 8x7 winds? Just built an 8x7 of wind. I mean, just hilarious. Super noob front, by the way. Just super noob up there. Doing absolutely nothing. Just awful. They're not wrong. I mean, I'm not gonna like disagree, but there's certainly a lot of like, there's always a lot of play in these games still, right? It's always just about recognizing it early enough, and I think it's hard. I think it is hard from the Geo to have the focus to understand how the front is going at any given moment. You also have to be really experienced and knowledgeable at front, and hopefully you can actually see people, you know, to get an idea. But it's just devastating. The Mauser follow-up, it's like you're never going to get tier 2 units to your front, you know, and now the Mausers are here. Nice lashers, you know. 14 of them. They're just never going to stand to the lashing, the pounding, the destruction, the devastation, the absolute proliferation and dissemination of plasma that the Mausers are about to start putting out, so it's going to be quite exciting. I mean, and honestly, if I was the commander in this game, maybe I would just hold repeat on Mausers, like 2 Mausers, 4 Jags, or like 2, 2, 1 for a bit, and then maybe mix out the Shredders after I get like 5 of them or something. And that could probably just win the game too. Oh my god, there's snipers on the high ground, so maybe ambassadors. Actually, yeah, that I feel like Evil has shown us. There's this fantastic Geo player on Isthmus who has shown us that ambassadors really do help a lot. 3 seems to be the magic number because 3 will one-shot most static defenses that aren't pulsars. I'm pretty sure, yeah. Just about everything that isn't a pulsar it'll one-shot. So with 3 ambassadors, and so it's just the best, you know. Oh, they've got shit on the high ground. Well, fuck you. We just blew you up anyway with my ambassadors. They definitely could have held longer, but it's like, what's even the point, right? Like, look at this. We're already up 20% at 11 minutes. It's over. It's over! Get pwned! Mr. Prime doing it all. 4.72 resource efficiency, baby. And that's what those Centurions are all about. If you can get them rolling, once you get 4, once you're up to that 4 number, it's just disgusting. I mean, it's dissemination of violence at a level you will not frequently see. You know, it is truly a sight to behold. I'll be honest, and I love his eco behind it. I mean, this is really taking advantage of 1Cs. Unfortunately, if if GOC was doing badly, this like that's kind of the thing as well, right? Like this is also very vulnerable to GOC doing badly. I mean, this portion of his eco is probably safe in that portion, but I think a lot of it would easily die. The commander just doing his classic little thing. Didn't even have to think about any kind of eco behind it, baby. Who cares? Who needs it? Who wants it? And I also didn't have to do anything. I don't think I did anything. If I'm totally honest, I don't think I made any bombers this game. I think I made a couple fighters, and I just did some really spiteful, greedy bullshit. Made a bunch of wins and converters, and that's just in the disgusting pattern. I really like what. This is 20. So like 24 by 5. You know, it could have been that somewhere instead, but instead it's this disgusting mass of nonce, as the Brits would say. I think maybe, these early wins that I put down here are kind of the ones that are in the way more than anything. So maybe I want to stop at this and then not put down more wins over here. Maybe on this side I want to put more. Just thinking about base building for my air base. I love air. I want to play more air. I hope you guys do too, because this is beyond all reason the most unreasonable video game you've ever seen, and probably one of the best ones that has ever existed. I mean, it's a fact. This is the most spoiled you will ever be in an RTS game. I can guarantee you that, until true AAA innovators come along that want to create a genre-defining RTS. This is going to be the best RTS I think you will find anywhere, just because of how good the controls are, period. And so, thanks for being here, because you're at the right place as far as RTS are concerned. And if you want to get better, hey, you should leave a comment in the description, in the comment section, you know, with a link to the Bar Replay website. Want to link one of your replays? I'll go give it a download, give it a watch, give it an analysis, and then you get to be on the Beenami channel instead of just me and the commander, as always. But hope I'll see you then. Bye for now.